Welcome, families. Today, we're going to learn about one special way we can show how numbers are related to each other through a diagram called a number bond. If you've never seen a number bond before, they typically look more or less like this. You'll typically have two shapes with lines that connect to a third shape. What these shapes and lines mean is that the contents of the two shapes with a single line coming out of them represent two different parts, and the shape with multiple lines coming out of them represents the whole. If I wanted to represent this using pizza, I could show these two pizza halves combined make one whole pizza. The orientation of a number bond can change. In this number bond, the whole is on the left side and the parts are on the right. In this number bond, the parts are on the left and the whole is on the right. In this example, the two parts are on top and the whole is on the bottom. Number bonds can be represented with a variety of shapes as well, not just circles. Here are some number bonds made out of squares. And here's a number bond made out of hearts. It doesn't really matter what shapes there are. The most important thing to remember is that the two sections that are parts combine to make a whole. Here's an example with dots. If the part on the left has 2 dots and the part on the right has 3 dots, that means when they're combined, they have 5 dots altogether. You can see that 2 of the dots came from this part and these 3 dots came from this part. Some people like to think of this as an addition problem and would represent this as 2 plus 3 equals 5. But number bonds aren't just for addition. They can be used to represent subtraction as well. In the same example, you could see the equation 5 minus 2 equals 3. Or from this perspective, 5 minus 3 equals 2. It's important to understand that number bonds represent both addition and subtraction at the same time. And this will help you solve number bond problems when you're asked to find the unknown. For example, you might see this problem as 3 plus something equals 5, or even 5 minus 3 equals something. In this example, most people would think of this as 2 plus 3 equals something, but you could also think of it as a subtraction problem that begins with the unknown. Later on, we may ask you to practice with number bonds that have more than 2 parts, or number bonds that represent multiplication and division instead of addition and subtraction, but we'll save these for another day.